Hello, people, and welcome to MHF, everyone. Welcome to another debate and another stream where we're going to talk about everything, the Premier League. Okay, listen, there's a big debate going on in the morning today about Caicedo, Declan Rice, and all the stuff. Amorim to stay, Amorim to leave. Best defenders, actually, because now people are talking about Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, Vidic, Van Dijk makes a mistake, and people are talking about these people. So people hit that like button. Sam is going to be here. He's late a little bit. And he's going to be here. He's going to be here. So just give it a sec. He's going to be here. But listen, how's everyone doing? Elijah, how are you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm good. It's great to be on your show again, Mo. And yeah, just big up everyone that is watching the stream. And make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we're going to talk about today's subjects.
Yeah, 100%. All the channels are in the description, guys. How are you, Ledge? You happy? Top of the league, smiling. You kind of told Sam that you're gonna in this period the top of the league, though.
Exactly, Mo. Like last time,
he's ducking the smoke, bro. He's ducking the smoke. I'm telling you, broski.
2 streams ago, we spoke. Talked about the Newcastle game. I said I was confident. You said, really? After we haven't won over 3 games, and after that game, we're now top of the league. So yeah, man, it's been a good couple weeks, as I can say. So let's see how the chips fall over the next few weeks.
Sheik, how are you? Miserable. What the fuck is this? You miserable, broski. Just come on, cheer up. You're like 2 points behind Chelsea or 2 points behind Man City or something like this, bro.
Yeah, first of all, big up, of course. Thank you for having me on, Judge Mo. Shout out to the panel, of course. Big up to the chat. Make sure you guys are running up the likes.
Look at Man United at 1 point by Chelsea, broski.
I know we are point different. Like table will tell you a different story, but if you actually watch the games and watch the performances, it'll tell you a different story. But we did get 3 points this weekend. We did win. We did keep a clean sheet as well. So it's not all. Like it's not the worst, but it's still pretty bad. It is still pretty bad, and I think we'll get more into it and stuff like that. But big up to everyone. Good, glad to be here. Thank you for having me on, man. Big up.
Sam is struggling to add himself. Technology is his enemy. Technology is his enemy.
Liverpool were struggling against Chelsea this weekend.
Oof. Let's actually start by the midfield domination. Actually, what do you guys take of like that the morning discussion about the best midfield? People saying Tonali is better than Declan Rice. Everyone is saying now Caicedo is better than Declan Rice. Chelsea's midfield is better than, because Chelsea's midfield won against Liverpool and Arsenal midfield lost against Liverpool. So they are just discussing this. And what are you guys saying about this?
For me, obviously, I'm gonna repeat it because I said it on my channel as well. Like, there's no way Caicedo is better than Declan Rice, and that's all I've been seeing for the last 24 hours, being pushed everywhere in the algorithm. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know where this has come from. The Chelsea fans suddenly have a newfound, I don't know, confidence, should I say, because they weren't speaking like this before that game. They weren't speaking like this before they won. So, yeah, man, we're gonna get into the Caicedo discussion. But for me,
you don't think that Caicedo is a better DM than Declan Rice? You don't think that Caicedo is a better DM than Declan Rice currently?
Nah, I mean, if
Can I ask a question for real to everyone? Actually, everyone that actually came across my mind. If we are asking about a world-class player, is the definition for everyone world-class is the top 3 in your position in the world? Is that fair enough to say? If you're top 3 in your position, are you world-class?
I mean, certainly you would have to say if you're top.
You would say that, Sheikh. You would say that, Elijah. Top 3 in your position, you're world-class.
Yeah. If you like, what I'm gonna say is that world class for me is like players that have done this consistently, like every single game. So that's why I define as world class. So
can I ask you top 3? Okay, is Caicedo top 3 DMs in the world?
Not in the world. I wouldn't say that, but he's one of the best midfielders in the league at this season.
For sure.
Exactly. I can agree with that statement.
I think it's because, I think you can say in the league for sure, because I think consistently you have kind of see him perform to a certain level in the league. In the world, it's more like, okay, in Europe, we haven't really seen Chelsea in Europe in that level of the league in a couple of years.
So you guys don't think that Caicedo currently is best 3 DMs in the world? Who's better than him then?
I'll probably say Rodri.
Rodri is still there, yeah. I would say
currently, like today, currently Rodri is better than him.
I mean,
not today. Currently, I mean that's based off of form. That's based off of like form. I think like if you're
what about over like the last year Rodri didn't play. Caicedo
I would say Rodri is better than him.
Okay, who else? Who else is a better DM than him?
Who?
Zubamendi? No.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay. Who else? Who else is a better as the DM? He's better than Caicedo. You must be crazy.
I'm not one of those people that's gonna come here and say, "Oh, he's a better 8, he's a better 6." What we know Declan Rice for was him being a DM. When he came to Arsenal,
it's actually not true.
No, it's a fact. What we know Declan Rice for before.
Do you want me to go and count the games he played in the left 8 versus the games he played in the midfield?
No. Let me
count.
Listening. Ledge said before he came to Arsenal. So listen.
Let me finish my sentence. Before he came to Arsenal, what we know Declan Rice for was him being a DM. When he came to Arsenal, he played the 6, right? Until we got the replacements, and then he started playing 8. So that's when everyone's now talking about what's Declan Rice's best position, because now we can see that he can do more in midfield. Like, I don't understand what this whole shenanigan with, better DM, like, what can he do best, better attributes. Like, to me, Declan Rice has performed consistently, and we have seen Declan Rice perform consistently for a number of years up until he got to Arsenal and got better at Arsenal. So it's like, I don't know what people really want to be arguing about here. That's just my point.
The one thing I will say is that the reason why they haven't put Declan Rice in that category is because he hasn't won a trophy for Arsenal. That's the only reason why people are saying Caicedo is better, because he won trophies with Chelsea while Declan Rice hasn't. So maybe that's the reason why they're talking about Caicedo being a better player than Rice. But I think for me, if Caicedo can do this in the Champions League, then I feel like he will be better than Caicedo, because Declan Rice last season was really good, you know, in the Champions League. So I need to see Moisés Caicedo doing that in Champions League before I say, you know what, Moisés Caicedo is better than Rice. So I'm just gonna say, what I will say is that Caicedo is brilliant. Like, when I talk about Caicedo, this guy scoring bangers every single time. You know, I remember the Man United game last season, 1-1. You know, the World Betis game where we won. The game against Liverpool, banger. Like, this guy is so good. Like, Moisés Caicedo can have some bad moments, but every time I see Caicedo, it's just everywhere. And this guy, let me tell you something here. Moisés Caicedo has got 3 man of the matches so far this season. No player ever done that. So that's why I'm saying that Caicedo for me is the best midfielder in the league this season alone. I wouldn't say in the world, because, you know, he came to Chelsea like this is his first season. So, but as of this season, yeah, he's one of the best midfielders in the league.
Can I present a simple argument? Declan Rice being a DM for West Ham has no effect on my judgment on him being a DM. 0. By the way. And Arsenal didn't sign Declan Rice because he was a DM at West Ham. Arsenal signed Declan Rice because of the ability he has, not because he was playing in a team that averaged 40%, play a low block. That's not the definition of the DM that top team sign. Like, Liverpool are not going to go and sign a DM that defends the majority of the time in Luton or West Ham or in the Championship, because he does a lot of interceptions and tackles, right? Defending deeper.
You did the same thing 2 days ago. This is the
Let me
problem.
finish, please.
You keep talking. You're so fixated on where someone is on the pitch instead of actually
100%.
addressing someone's role. Forget where they are on the pitch. Talk about what they do on the pitch. So it's a fair comparison. So instead of us sit here go like, Zubimendi plays DM for Arsenal, not Declan Rice. Okay, we all know that Zubimendi plays DM. But Zubimendi's role is not like Caicedo's role or Gravenberg's role. Zubimendi's role is more similar to Enzo's role or McAllister's role, which is the guy that connects the attack and the defense. So instead of looking at where someone is on the pitch, let's identify their roles on the pitch and make a comparison. And that's it. He doesn't have to be a DM in terms of like play in front of the back 4 and tackle everyone. He can be a DM by role, despite the fact not being there on the football pitch. And that's it.
Can I now explain to you what you're missing? I think the problem is lately because people watch football and they see Moisés Caicedo tackle and they see Moisés Caicedo like intercept. They kind of ignore the second part of his game, which is how he passes the ball forward between the lines. Moisés Caicedo is not someone who does the Casemiro job for Real Madrid, where he used to do the interceptions, tackles, and then pass the ball to Tony Cruz. I said Tom Cruise, to Tony Cruz or Modric. Moisés Caicedo is the one who starts the attack. Actually, that shows by actually where Enzo Fernandez is on the pitch. The majority of last season, Enzo Fernandez was actually high on the pitch in the actual final third. And Moisés Caicedo was the only guy that is getting the ball from the defense, getting it to the players forward. This is where I think Osam is wrong completely. Because when I'm watching Moisés Caicedo, I see a mix of someone who tackles a lot and someone who can only pass the ball. The high volume of passes, actually. Declan Rice sometimes do this, but Zubimendi is the one who's doing this now for Arsenal. Right? Declan Rice is tasked to carry the ball, play the ball forward, like carry the ball forward and actually be in the second half of the pitch. Sometimes he plays next to Zubimendi, yes, but he ain't have the Moisés Caicedo passing thing like in the middle. He's improving, Declan Rice, every year. I'm saying this. I see better passes this season. I see better line breaking passes from Declan Rice this season. Actually, it's not the same.
Declan Rice has passing accuracy 90.1% and Caicedo has 90.2%. So they're separated by 0.1%. So they're separated by 1 pass every 1,000. And it's very fair to say that Declan Rice is more risk-taking with his passing. Given the fact he takes set pieces, given the fact he goes long a lot of the times as well. They're only separated by 0.1%. I think because, you see, this is the problem, and this is something that we have suffered with Salah as well. For
Can I address this before you move to Salah?
Just I need to address it's not aesthetically pleasing does not mean that they are not better than the other guys.
Okay, here's the problem with Husam's argument.
That is true.
Yeah. I like what Hussam doing. I like what Hussam does. Hussam like says something and then he says another fact The first one was not a fact, actually. It's
What
not
fact?
only about connecting that number of passes. Actually, I would actually say that over the last season, Declan Rice completes that 5-10 yard passes. But Moises, which proves my point, not your. Let me finish, please. Which proves my point, not your finish, not your point. It's very simple. Moisés Caicedo completes way more medium to long passes, which is the line breaking passes, the 25 to 30 to 40 yard passes. You can go and check it. It actually shows in my eye test, actually, right? That Declan Rice, he's improved that this season. Last season, Declan Rice used to get the ball past that 5 yard, 10 yard pass, the guy next to him, right? Otherwise, he carries the ball. Declan Rice doesn't do the line breaking passes. That I'm not talking about long passes, diagonals, like switches. I'm talking about that 25 yards between the lines to an.
Do you think Caicedo is capable of line breaking passes?
Let me finish, please. When
Is
I tried to
Caicedo
ask
capable?
you, when I tried to ask you in the middle of your monologue, you shut me down and you said, "Let me finish." So let me finish.
My
please.
monologue was
That
10
is very.
seconds. I literally
But
just
yeah,
joined.
so I'm trying to explain more in-depth points than
10
you.
second
Right?
monologue, crazy.
Like, I'm trying to explain more points than you, right? And that is the difference between Declan Rice and Caicedo last season. You can go check the stats, you can watch the games and see Declan Rice, how he played last season versus Caicedo. Caicedo is not the guy who just passes the guy to next to him. It shows in every single metric that you see on the pitch, right? Every single
I
metric.
never made that claim. I
You
said
little-
Caicedo's passing accuracy was 90.2% last season, and Declan Rice's passing accuracy was 90.1% last season. So we cannot claim that Caicedo is like this much better passer than Declan Rice, because I think that's agenda driven. I think Declan Rice is a very good passer.
Let me
and he's
present the facts then
and
before
he's
you actually
improved a lot.
waffle.
Do you think
It's a lot
Caicedo is
of
capable
waffle.
of line breaking passes?
That is, let me
That was the
present
question
you
I
guys
wanted
the stats of 24-26 in passes per 90 minutes, right? Short passes, right? Moisés Caicedo completes more than Declan Rice in the game. However, the accuracy.
That doesn't matter. I'm talking about
Let
percentage.
me just finish the stats and people can listen.
I'm talking about percentage.
I am not.
You're talking about amount. That has nothing to do with the argument.
I was about to say the percentage. I was about to
so
say.
it's all about percentage.
So I was about to say the percentage. So Moisés Caicedo completes a little bit more passes per 90 minutes short, but the percentage of completion is exactly the same, 92 versus 92, right?
Yeah.
Medium passes. Moisés Caicedo completes an extra third, so 17 versus 24 passes per game for Caicedo. Percentage-wise, Moisés Caicedo is a little bit more, 92 versus 90. Now goes to the long passes a little bit. Now comes the big difference between both, right? Moisés Caicedo actually completes more passes, right? And the percentage and the accuracy is 75 versus 45 for Declan Rice. So Declan Rice actually fails in 50% of his longer passes.
Corners.
I don't know. Let me
Corner is
check.
considered a long pass, in case you're unaware.
Longer than
Caicedo
30 yards.
There you go.
Completed. I don't know if it. No, actually, this is live passes. Live passes.
The problem with you is
Not dead
completely have
passes, by the
changed-
way.
you have
So I
completely
answered
changed
you, but
what
what
I
is
said.
this?
You
I
have
answered
completely
you.
You have completely changed what I said. I said Caicedo is a better passer than Rice, but people act like Rice can't pass. And that's the problem. You get what I'm saying? That's it. I think Rice is a very good passer.
I like Rice. I don't think it's as good as
I don't know why
Moisés
you're
Caicedo
just
in
quiet.
passes.
I'm not just up here to defend your player, bro. You're gonna have to come up.
Very
Look,
strange
look.
that we have a Chelsea fan and we have an Arsenal fan.
You have
By the
Chelsea
way,
fan, an Arsenal fan, and the Liverpool and the Inter fan
we
are
could have
arguing.
done this.
Look, I have to let Mo finish unless we're just talking over each other.
No,
We're just,
interrupt his ass, Hadi.
we're just talking over each other. Look,
Interrupt his ass.
I don't understand why we're hell-bent on. In fact, we're not even hell-bent on the passes, but yeah, Hussam just brought it up, and look, Mo's just holding on to the passes because somehow the stats show Caicedo's better because of long-range passing.
What else? You can tell me what else so I can look it up while you talk. You can tell me what else and then I can look it up.
Look. He's a better DM overall. He's a better midfielder. In fact, in my personal opinion, if you want to say he's a better DM, you can definitely say Caicedo is a better DM in like specifically in regards to defensive midfield than Declan Rice. But if you talk about an overall midfielder, Declan Rice is a better overall midfielder. He can do DM, he can bump forward, he can go back, he can cross the ball, he can do the long range passes that you're talking about. Like, I don't know what more you want from Declan Rice. You've seen his assists go up, you've seen his goal scoring go up, you've seen him in clutch moments for Arsenal Football Club. Yet he hasn't won a trophy yet. Everyone's hell-bent on this trophy. But okay, Arsenal win a trophy soon. I don't know when, but we're gonna win a trophy soon.
By the way, Caicedo hasn't won a big trophy. Don't get dragged into the Club World Cup and the Conference League trophy shit. None of both of them.
Actually, the accomplishment of Rice winning a Conference League at West Ham is way bigger than
Conference League. And by the way, and the club, with all due respect to Chelsea, and you guys know me, you won the Club World Cup, yes. Like at the end of his career, it won't add up. Like, I'm gonna say that me and Hussam knows this. Winning Premier Leagues or your league title and winning the Champions League is actually like, because listen, Caicedo can fucking, and I'm now gonna be harsh on Caicedo, can fucking ball in the Prem, Club World Cup, Conference League. Now come in a campaign in the Champs and show me what you can do, which is that's when I'm now I can hear that.
And that's the point.
Exactly. At the Bernabeu, show me Caicedo balling and dominating a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or a Bayern at their own ground. Yes. Now I hear that argument.
So and bro, and that backs up my point as to why Declan Rice is better. Because the same argument is no. Everyone uses this argument against Arsenal players when they weren't in the Champions League. Oh, is he better than this? Is he good enough? Is he this? Is he that? Now Caicedo needs to prove it in the Champions League. I ain't seen nothing about Caicedo in the Champions League. I couldn't care less about what he's done in the Premier League now, because what the Arsenal players were doing in the Premier League, no one cared about. So, we're going by how the fans are judging players. It's a fact. So when I see Caicedo in the Champions League giving us assists and scoring free kicks, and leading his team to win the game, maybe then I'll say he's better than Declan Rice. But until then, nah, man. People need to relax. Like, people are just excited. So that's what I'm gonna say. And
people just excited, right?
Yeah, they're excited. That's what it is, Mo.
A lot of people that think like it's an agenda. I've been called an Arsenal fan more times than being called anything else. So people know that my opinion is based on my football. Like, this is my opinion. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you guys something for real.
Didn't Elijah say Rice is better than Caicedo as well?
Yeah. I don't know how. Bro.
Well, but overall, but in terms, if you're talking about this season, Hussam, Caicedo is way better than Declan Rice if you're talking about this season. But overall, the reason why I'm saying that Rice is better is because, like the Arsenal fan said, Caicedo in the game against Bayern, he gave away the penalty, but also he was part of that goal. Against Benfica, he was really good, but that was only one game. I need to see this, doing this against Barcelona. We got them, Napoli, big teams, in order for me to say that he's better than Caicedo. But in terms of this season, for me, Caicedo is better than Rice. So that's what I'm going to say on that one.
Hey, big up Elijah, though. Big up Elijah, because look, it's only
the only honest Chelsea fan in the universe.
You fucking like, he's like, because this is Chelsea fan agrees with me.
It's only 7 games.
The only honest Chelsea fan in history of mankind.
It's only 7 games, isn't it? And the only thing I think he said wrong there.
Sam, big up for actually finding Ledge. Fuck, this guy is fucking elite.
Elijah.
Ledge.
He's
like, big up the Chelsea fan. Big up Elijah. He's like, big up Elijah for agreeing with me. What the fuck is this?
Baylage is a troll. I could tell from his energy when he came in the call.
I'm not trolling.
Big up Elijah because he said Rice is better.
It's fucking gaslighting Elijah.
You're gaslighting like crazy.
It's like, big up Elijah. Elite ball
knowledge.
Elite ball knowledge right there.
Nah, it's a fact. It's a fact. I'm just going by what Elijah said, innit? But all I'm gonna say is 7 games is not, in my opinion, like a basis to say, Caicedo is better than Declan Rice this season. Like, we're top of the league right now. Obviously, look at what Chelsea, where Chelsea are. Fair enough, but we have to wait. We have to see how the season plays out. A few more games. Give it, I say, like 15 more games. If Declan Rice has given us a few stinkers and Caicedo's GA is better than Declan Rice, then maybe you have an argument there, in my opinion. But nah, man, it's not happening for me. It's not happening. Nothing can convince me at this moment.
What do you think, Sheikh? Before I do the super chat, what do you think?
I said earlier, like, I agree with Hassam's point. I think Caicedo and Declan Rice, like, they are two top DMs, but they do, I think, have different roles. I think Declan Rice sometimes acts as a facilitator for Arsenal. He takes the set pieces for them. You see Caicedo sometimes making those tackles. You call him the shin tackler, this and that. But then you also see him sometimes making those line-breaking passes, getting goals for them too, just like how Declan Rice does too. I think in terms of you asked earlier, Mo, you said, is he like top 3 in the world or is he world class? I think in the league, he's proven that he's one of the best midfielders, but I still have to see it in Europe. Like Elijah made that point earlier. Declan Rice, we saw last season, yeah, it was 2 free kicks, but I think you can say that he can hang in Europe. He has gone up against midfields in Europe. He's gotten experience in Europe in the Champions League now with Arsenal. So we have to still see that from Caicedo. But so far this season in the Premier League, I think Caicedo has been the superior player, or the better player. But yeah, like I think in terms of world class, and it's still a little too early. Like they get
What is
said,
Rice better than Caicedo is, and what is Caicedo better than Rice is? Like seriously, like I really want to know. You're a neutral.
Well, this is the thing. I didn't say he's a better player. I just think I said he's been better than him so far this season.
What do you think Rice is better than Caicedo at?
I think in terms of I think has he had I know this is, even though he is a DM, I'm not going to say this more as like a stat to flex, but I think I don't know how many goals Caicedo has scored in moments for Chelsea this season. Like this goal against Liverpool, obviously massive. I think the one against Brentford where they went 2-1 up, he scored in that game as well. Rice in on the other hand, again, it just goes down to different roles. I think Rice, you can praise Rice in terms of set pieces. You can praise Rice in terms of crosses that he makes. And, you know, sometimes those goals where he makes that late run in the box and he's able to get that goal. But then you can also praise Caicedo for some of the tackles that he makes. Goal saving tackles, or, you know, possession saving tackles, or attack saving tackles, or this and that. And then some of the goals that he scores as well from outside the box. I think it's just, again, different roles and different players that they both are. But you have to see more in terms of a long term. I think it's so funny how we quickly run to these type of conversations. Why don't we talk about Semenyo being better than a different player too? Because Semenyo has 6 goals in the league and is only 3 behind Haaland. Why don't we have these type of conversations about other players? I think these conversations you have to have more on a broader perspective and in much later on in the league, depending on where the league position of the team, moments that they've had both players, situations where, you know, like let's say Rice, the partners of Rice and the partners of Caicedo have picked up injuries and they've had to step up and they've had to play a different role and they've had to adapt. Can they step up in those big players? I think that's where you can judge them on a more broader perspective. So that's what I would say to answer to that question. That's what I would say.
And also, by the way, even though Sheikh just gave an I just want to say add one thing as well to what Sheikh said, and then Mo will do the supers. Here's my thing, bro. Like, people come here and go like, Declan Rice just had 2 free kicks. Look, you guys are a bunch of miserable fucks. I'll be honest with you, all of you. You guys are so fucking miserable. A lot of footballers historically, iconically, are remembered in moments. And guess what? 30 years from now, there will be Gen X of YouTubers sit here and talk about Declan Rice free kick against Real Madrid. So it's a memorable moment forever, whether we like it or not, because he banged in 2 free kicks in the same game. 2 unbelievable free kicks as well. So yes, that is part of it, 100%, because football is also a moments game. We all remember, you know, the Salah goal against Manchester City, the Kevin De Bruyne goal against Arsenal, the Haaland, you know, the flying karate kick goal against Dortmund. We remember Henry running down the Liverpool defense. We remember, like, you know, Stevie G against AC Milan. Football is remembered in moments as well. So yes, that is definitely part of it. And let's not forget Declan Rice won man of the match at the Bernabeu on Chouameni, Camavinga, Bellingham head top. So let's keep that in mind. Anyway, Mo, go ahead.
Man, you can read, by the way. Why am I asking me?
You have American passport.
We're not sending Caicedo out. We're sending out Enzo. Oh,
You wanna know the
Enzo and
problem
Rice.
with Tanya? Let me tell you the problem with Tanya. Tanya was so embarrassed by Cole Palmer performances, he changed his name to Z. His name actually on before was Tanya, right? So he changed his name completely. Why? Because he's embarrassed by Cole Palmer performances. And now he's gonna sit up here and go like, and by the way, Mo thinks I'm influential. Go look how influential Lewis is in the Chelsea fan base. Bro, this fraud is comparing Caicedo to Pedri. End the sport, bro. What are we doing here? Like, we have to end the sport immediately. Everyone start watching basketball. If we're comparing Moisés Caicedo to someone as good as Pedri,
Again, a
end the
completely
sport.
different role. Like, completely different role. I think it's so hard to compare those two players specifically as well.
I think it's
completely
better to
different
compare
role.
Pedri to Enzo Fernandez, to
Yeah,
Vitinha,
like,
to Declan Rice.
but I'll tell you why he
to
says that is
Odegaard,
because
to
he
Odegaard.
thinks,
You want to know how good
The-
Pedri
because
is?
he thinks
Pedri would
Caicedo is
make
one of the best in
PSG's
the world.
midfield better. Imagine.
Midfield-wise.
Pedri would make what?
Listen to what I just said. That's how mad Pedri is. Pedri would make PSG's midfield better. Imagine.
Actually, like, he would make them way better. Not only, but he's better than all of them.
Exactly. You go into the Champions League champions and you make their midfield better that already dominated everyone. You know you're elite.
Yeah, I like this, Tevin. Before I do the super chat, Tevin, like, don't compare Pedri to Rice because
No one said
they are
Pedri, right?
completely, that's not the same type of player. But so is Caicedo and Rice. But you want to compare them, and Hussam wants to compare them. But Tevin is like,
I
you cry.
I gave the perfect explanation. You're such a
I
fraud.
explain to you.
You're
Declan
such
Rice.
a fraud. You
Declan
deserve
Rice.
Salhanoglu. That's what you deserve.
Wallah al-Azim. Declan Rice plays so advanced, right? And so different than Caicedo. Caicedo is more of a, he tackles and he passes the ball forward, and actually Caicedo dictates the game for Chelsea. That's what you don't see on the pitch, of course, because you're blinded by your agenda.
Yeah,
and
I don't
that's
see
the
that.
problem.
So Mo, what was
Caicedo is Ecuadorian Tony Cruz, and we're just haters.
Hey Mo, what was Declan Rice doing on the weekend? What was Arteta's intention when he put him in CDM and Eze
Lonely
then,
and by himself.
and
Great,
Odegaard?
fantastic. Odegaard was the one dictating the game, without a shadow of a doubt.
No.
Yeah.
But this whole
What? Tell me I'm wrong.
this whole
If-
argument that Declan Rice is not a DM though.
Don't move on. Don't move on. You asked me a question, right? Am I wrong? Odegaard, Eze, Rice. Who is dictating the midfield pace and everything? I'm lagging. Sam, I thought I'm lagging.
Literally.
Don't do that. Answer me. Answer me then.
Okay.
You asked me the question. Something
Okay.
doesn't work.
Who's dictating?
Who
Eze.
was before Odegaard went out? You asked me, and I said Odegaard dictating. Tell me I'm wrong. Was I wrong?
No, you're not wrong in regards to
Hey,
dictating.
Stop. Who was dictating once Zubamendi came in, and now it's Zubamendi, Rice, and Eze?
It was more so Eze.
What?
Uh,
He's drowned. He's drowned. And Hussam turned off his mic. Hussam is hiding behind his mic.
Let bro the tainted.
All right.
Move on.
Zubimendi,
Wave the white
Move
flag.
on.
Wave the white flag. Wave the
Move
white
on. Rice played
Welcome
DM
to
in
the Mo
20.
Vegan Press.
Mo played DM in 20 to 32 games. Absolutely. And he was amazing at it that time. And he was fantastic. And I said that he won brilliant man of the matches. But it's a
Can you
different
read
type
the
of
rest
a
of the
DM.
super chat?
Right?
Why interrupting your super chat?
I am responding to part. This is how I respect the super chat. See, I don't even respond to. I'm different than you. You disrespect the super chatters. I actually respond to
That's a
parts
big
of the
lie.
super
Don't
chat.
start that agenda. Don't start that narrative. That's not even funny. I don't disrespect super chat.
Why you want me to read the whole thing before I respond to parts of it?
Because he's making a complete point. Man was
Okay.
a center back, became a DM, and now transitioning to an 8.
21 games out of 50 games in 23, 47 games in 24, 31 games. Man was a center back, became a DM, now transitioning into the 8 in our team. I don't think that Declan Rice can actually dictate a game from the DM role. I don't think he can dictate the tempo of the game. I don't think that. That's one of the reasons why Odegaard had to drop deep and actually last season play the dictator of the ball. And that's why I think Odegaard actually his form dropped in terms of creativity and play higher on the pitch. Kevin.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, maybe Hussam. Okay, hold on. I have an American. Hussam, you read it and explain it to me. And I will
Rice played
respond to it.
DM in 32 games. In 2020, 32 games. In 2021, 50 games. In 2023, 47 games. In 2024, 31 games. Man was a center back, became a DM, now transitioning into an 8 in our team.
And anything you say before he joined Arsenal, Kevin, is void for me and invalid because of the style West Ham plays. I'm gonna explain before you do that face, Ledge. Okay, you know, we all can see your face. Here you go. I can make you full screen so people can see your face. It's fine. It's fine. Habibi.
Subscribe to Bayled Sports, guys.
Subscribe, guys. Bayled Sports, subscribe. Subscribe. I'm gonna explain to you. I have a very good explanation for it. I have a very good explanation. A defender that defends in a team that averaged 40% position, defend deep, defend in blocks, like a Tarkovsky, like a Maguire with Leicester, is so different analysis than actually analyzing them when they play for an Arsenal, where you have 40 yards to defend, you need to run more, you don't have your teammates always next to you to help you, you're not defending in blocks, right? Okay. That is the difference, right? When you play for a Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, also your passes are completely different. The volume of passes, so the margin of error is much bigger. You know what I mean? Because you're like every pass for Declan Rice at Arsenal is under the microscope. With all the respect at West Ham, Declan Rice could have played, or Caicedo, or whatever, who plays whatever. Suchek can play a fucking shit pass and nobody will care about as long as they are in the right position defensively. Okay. That's why I won't judge him as a DM. You know, I would judge him at Arsenal. I would judge him in England.
Right. So what does he play for England? How does this make any sense, Mo?
What is that? What does this have to do with England? I literally no, hold on. I'm responding to Tevin. That has nothing to do with England. I'm responding to Tevin about 20 and 21. All of these don't matter for me. All of me. Like if Inter tomorrow gets the best defender in blocks in Serie A, in a team that defends the whole thing, I'm not going to do them as an amazing defender.
Mo, how do you take someone's body of work, a professional footballer, his full body of work, the reason why Arsenal actually signed him, right? Him playing DM 1 or 2 seasons and then transitioning to an 8, like everyone says. How do you now take his previous body of work and tell me it doesn't matter? That makes no sense. My view is actually the right one for one reason. I'm sorry. If your manager signed Declan Rice, right? And he moved him to an 8, that means by the years he's moving him to an 8, he's trying to sign DMs. You know, he's playing DMs over him. I'm not saying he's a bad DM, but that proves my point that when they signed him with the attribute of an 8. They saw his ball carrying, they saw his set piece taken, they saw his ability to cross, they saw his ability to crash the 18. It's not a crime to have multiple.
And I never said that. And I never said
it's a crime to have multiple attributes.
But I never.
He's versatile.
Look, I never claimed that. I never claimed that.
No. Okay, you didn't claim that at all. But you're acting like Declan Rice having multiple attributes.
Can I ask you a question? Is Declan Rice better as an 8 or a 6? Your opinion, your personal opinion.
I would say he's better as an 8, simply because
stop. Great. From Arteta's point of view, in your opinion, do you think he prefers Rice as a 6 or an 8?
From Arteta's point of view, in your opinion. So what the fuck, bro? What are you on, Mo? What are you on?
Habibi, it's a very simple question. It's a very simple. He answered. Hold on, stop. Let me explain what Sam. Maybe your mind couldn't comprehend what I'm saying. What does he think Arteta think? It's very obvious because he's an Arsenal supporter and he watches every game.
Okay, this is what I think. As an Arsenal supporter, I think Arteta thinks Declan Rice can play multiple positions and do many things. He's not just a one-trick pony. Exactly why he's used him in many different positions, or 2 different positions if everyone wants to be.
If you would think Arteta takes Rice as a more of an 8 or a 6, your opinion?
More of an 8 or a 6. Clearly, I would say more of an 8.
Okay.
But
the reason why I'm asking these questions now comes the reason why.
But at the same time, we're saying that, and what everyone wanted to see the last game was Eze, Odegaard, and Declan Rice, and that is exactly what we saw. So Declan Rice can play the DM position if we need him to play that this season. But it was a choice. It wasn't like we needed him to play that. And then obviously Odegaard came off injured, and then the formation had to change. So it's a plus when you have a player like Declan Rice who can switch from DM and then go to an 8, or
100% it's a plus.
go to a DM. And then we also have Zubimendi who just stays there as the DM. I'm not
We're
going to lie.
going in circles. We're going in circles. If your manager thinks he's a better 8 than 6, if you yourself thinks he's a better 8 than 6,
What
that
I
means
think, what I think my manager
Arteta
thinks.
out, so he doesn't care what Arteta thinks.
No. What I think Arteta thinks is players should be able to play multiple different positions.
100%.
And that's his philosophy. So he recruits players that he believes can do that. Exactly why everyone is so hell-bent on what position is Nkappi, what position is Ben White, what position is this one. Like,
Devin, it's your mistake, Devin. It's your mistake, Devin. We need to move on with super chats.
Yeah.
My issue is there isn't only one way to play a DM. 100%. Rice is a DM. He can also play in the 8 because Mikel prefers a controller 6 over the destroyer 6.
This is
Very true.
Super chat by Tevin is what I've been trying to explain for 3 days. Fuck where someone is on the pitch. Let's talk about what they do on the pitch. That's the more accurate comparison. You want me to compare Zubimendi to Caicedo and to fucking Gravenberch? It doesn't work. Because we have to talk about players who apply similar roles on the pitch. That's the thing. The reason why I do compare Caicedo and Rice is I understand Rice plays in the 8. I'm simply talking about what his role is on the pitch. His role is way more similar to a Caicedo than it is to an Enzo. Just role, not position, role. Yes, he goes forward, but that's because he's a lot more athletic. Declan Rice drives with the ball, so he's a lot more athletic than Gravenberch. He's a lot more athletic than Caicedo. So he drives with the football. That's part of his game because he's naturally a 8, like by nature. But in terms of his role at Arsenal, his role is very defensive.
I disproved this point about an hour ago when I said that the Caicedo is the one who dictates the game and Declan Rice doesn't dictate the game for Arsenal. He's more of a box-to-box, to be honest. It's my opinion. Don't have to wait 1st December, remember, more 100%. But we have to agree on something, AMT. That we actually established in the last show that at the end, the Arsenal engine is actually better than the Chelsea engine overall. Does anybody know why this, right? Does anybody? I'm going to answer. I know the answer, in my opinion, because Arteta is a much higher level manager in terms of systems and making the team tick together as a unit than Enzo Maresca. That's why the Arsenal midfield look much better. Individually, probably Chelsea midfield is better, but Arteta has spent longer with these guys and he has the team actually together more. That is why the Arsenal midfield might look better. The bum bottom right said Palmer is not world class. He's talking about Osam. You were the bum bottom right, not you, Elijah.
Yeah, Palmer is not world class. He had one good season.
What happens to Sheikh? It's like, why is he disappearing?
His internet keeps cutting off. First world country, by the way.
Yeah. He lives in America. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what I just said. First world country.
Rice is a better 6 than 8. The last 2 games prove it. Yes, that's why you played much better when Zubimendi played 6. Yes, absolutely. You're spot on with the super chat, my friend. You're spot on.
Big up True North Gunner, dunk on Mo head top. Anyway,
it's absolutely a lot of bullshit. That's just a bullshit, bro. The last game proves that Zubimendi is the better 6. It just proves.
Anyway, you want to talk about Man United now?
Someone said this Moses agenda lies. You know I don't have an agenda, right? People just
anyway, guys, we set up a poll. We have 100 votes on the poll. I set up a poll. Who does more support, Chelsea or Arsenal? 73% say Arsenal, 27% say Chelsea.
If we have more Chelsea people, we're like, and yet, which actually proves my point, that I'm more honest than everyone here.
We get it. This is not the more fucking investigation. Put Sheik in the middle now. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Sheik is now the superstar. You want to talk about Man United?
Superstar after beating Sunderland. I wanted to speak.
You deserve it.
Out of Osam and Mo, who came up with the title that we are back after we beat Sunderland?
Mo, you're a liar.
I'm gonna expose your message on WhatsApp.
So we're
See,
back after
I'm
beating.
gonna
Sunderland.
I'm gonna show
Okay,
I'm
okay,
gonna show
okay,
the
so-
people. I'm
Okay,
gonna show
so
the
let me say
people.
this. So let me say this.
Sheik, have I ever
Hassam,
used these
Hassam,
these
Hassam,
emojis in the title? Be
Hassam, so
honest.
if you think, wait, let me say this. So I'm gonna go off of Mo's words, okay? So if you think we are
What
back,
the fuck is Mo have to do? I'm fucking leaving this fucking stream, but fuck this game.
if you think we are back, Hassam, then you think we're gonna do something against you guys in the
Hey,
international break.
I'm worried. I'm the underdog.
You're worried. You're the underdog. Don't be shameless.
You have won
Don't
a
be
more recent
shameless.
game in
Don't be
October.
shameless. Underdog against the way you treated me on all the A-lister episodes. Sometimes we didn't even discuss Manchester United. Sometimes
that
we
was
didn't
the
even.
whole
Sometimes,
game, bro.
well, 1 second. Sometimes we didn't even discuss Manchester United. You know, sometimes Mo, the show would go on for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. United section is not that important so
Because
we
your
would not
club is
even talk about it.
irrelevant. Because your club is
Exactly.
irrelevant.
And now, so he's.
I'm being
underdog
serious, by the
against-
way, because nobody
underdog
cares when
against
United win. You know, only
Underdog.
people will care about you if you beat Liverpool. And by the way, if you lose to Liverpool 2-1, 3-0, nobody cares about Man United. The talk will be about Liverpool. If you
That's
win
what I'm
against
saying.
Liverpool,
This title
also
for
people will
Manchester
talk
United
about Liverpool.
is
He's the one
fraudulent.
who put it, bro. Why are you asking me? He's the one
We're
who
not
sent me
back.
this title, bro.
We're
That's a
not. We're not
lie.
back. We're not back.
Right.
I'll tell you, and I'll simply break it down.
How are
for
you not back if you're 1 point
Because
behind Chelsea?
look, I'll tell you
See,
why
I
we're not
told
back.
you, Mo,
But
for that.
Chelsea are back.
Look,
But
I'll
Chelsea
tell
are
you,
back.
I'll tell you why we're not back. When
So
we
Chelsea
played,
are back, but you're not back when you're 1 point behind Chelsea.
Chelsea is
I'm
only 1
absolutely-
point
Two-
above Man
I'll
United,
speak
honestly.
about this game. I'll
Bro,
speak
we
about
got a
this game.
Chelsea fan here yesterday telling us they're gonna win the title, and you're 1 point behind them. You should have actually confidence in
Hey, Man
Chelsea.
United
speak
are
about
title
this game.
contender.
100% title
Look
contenders.
at this. Look at all these things I'm hearing. Title contender in the same conversation.
You
with
think you can
Manchester
win the
United.
league, Sheik?
I got called irrelevant, and then I also got called title contender in the same in the span of like 2-3 minutes.
I'm gonna tell you something, Ash. By the way, if you
Do
ever
you hear
come
that?
again,
You guys-
bro,
you
don't
guys
tell me
hear
like,
this?
don't tell me come let them speak with this fucking shit, bro. It's fucking YouTube. Anyone can speak, bro. It's fucking my channel, right? So if you don't like my channel, you can fucking unsubscribe from MHF, and you can actually never watch Judge Mo again. I'm being serious. And you can, by the way, when I'm on Ahwa, because I fucking interrupt people, don't watch an Ahwa. Here you go. I'm being serious, by the way.
I'll
I'm
tell you
being
the
completely
moment.
honest, brother. I'm fucking fed up with people telling me this. If you don't want it, just don't fucking watch me, bro. I'm being honest. Go ahead, Sheikh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, that's
No
uncalled
in the
for
title.
chat as well. Like, don't be saying stuff like that. But yeah, I'll tell you about the game. I'll tell you why it's not anything different, because I have seen this manager pick up points against relegation sides, championship sides. 2-0 against Sunderland. To me, it's nothing different. At the start of this season, when I said I was going to be critical of this manager, and at this point, there was a point where I did back him as well. I said, okay, at the start of this season, what I want to see is differences from what I saw last season. This win against Sunderland is not anything different against what I saw last season. I saw us pick up points against sides like this, sides that got promoted, sides that were from the championship or that are now in the championship. And we've done that again. Now, okay, Lamens, I'm hearing so much praise about this goalkeeper. Yeah, he did a great job. Well done. Cool. He won the ball and he came out the box and collected and did this and that. Something that we don't normally see from now. What did he say?
Flawless said he cried because Lemons collected the ball twice.
I know, this is what I'm saying. So it's like, I get that aspect because we've had two goalkeepers, not just our starting one, but our bench one also. So it's like, you have dumb and dumber. You take off one, you have the other one that you have to think about. We've had that for like pretty much 2 seasons. So it's like, I get that. I know some United fans are like happy about that fact that they were able to see instances like that. But I'm like, okay, cool. Do this against Liverpool. Do this against,
you
know,
just
some
say
other
Onana and Binder is dumb and dumber. Nah, this guy, bro, how are you cooking your own players?
It is the truth, bro. It is the truth. This is genuinely it. We got rid of one, but we still have the other one left at the club. But yeah, no, it's like about time Lament starts, and it's like, okay, cool, Lament starts. It's like someone fresh at that goalkeeping position, and we get a clean sheet. A little bit no surprise there, but it's like, cool. We move on. We see we go against Liverpool, and I'll tell you this. Look, as much as I can sit here, and I know we're gonna get to it and speak on it, and we're going to sit here and troll Liverpool and you know, give them smoke or whatever. I'm going up against a Liverpool who's off the back of 3 losses. You know, Wirtz hasn't scored a goal yet. Isak hasn't scored a goal yet. Can you, Hassam, I'll ask you this, and just with a straight face, you tell me this. Would it be no surprise that these guys get their first goal in this game?
Listen, I think this is going to be
There'd
one
be
of the
no
toughest
surprise.
games.
Okay, but there'd be no surprise also that you turn around this run in a game like Manchester United at Anfield. This ain't Old Trafford. This ain't like, and no neutral ground. This is Anfield.
I understand what you're saying. It's a very objective point. I just think this game is going to be a very difficult game for us. This is obviously a rivalry game. It's a legacy game as well because United want to stop us winning number 21. We come into this game as underdogs. Man United have won 2 out of the last 3 games. They're obviously favorites for this game. I think we're going to be fighting. It's us against the world now. We are the villains and we have to destroy because the heroes are trying to come to Anfield and win. And we have to try and beat them. You get me? Now, Isak is in bad form right now. You get me? But even Batman gets an injury. Wirtz is in bad form. Even Superman gets an injury. You get me? So that's the thing. So I think it's going to be a very difficult fixture. Le Mans, I think it's going to be the next Courtois. I think Bruno Fernandes is one of the best midfielders in the league.
Hearing
Benjamin Sesko actually has more goals than Isak and
Lamens is the
Gyökeres.
next Courtois after
Benjamin
one game against
Sesko
Sunderland.
actually.
Sunderland, by the way.
So you asked me a question I can't answer. Benjamin Sesko actually has more goals than Gyökeres and Isak as well. You get me? So Sesko's been cooking right now for Man United. I think, Amorim has found the perfect, concoction of players. And I think Man United coming to this game, they're favorites. I'm the underdog. I'm currently on a 3-game losing streak. I think draw is a good result. I'll be honest. Draw is a good result. Draw is a good result against the second biggest club in England.
We're back. Read the
You're
title,
back.
people, and we're back. Because we beat Sunderland. Anyways, yeah, like that's all I wanted to say. To be honest, is like cool. I still think I'm still Ruben Amorim out. I still think he needs to go. Cool win against Sunderland. Yeah, well done. But I still saw the same issue. Second half, we still didn't have control of the game at times. There were a couple of good saves that he actually made that could have been goals, to be honest. And we still need to speak about why those chances were still chances for Sunderland. But well done. 2 goals for Sesko, back-to-back games as well. Or we go to Anfield now and we see what we do.
Do you think he's better than Gyökeres?
Sesko.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. No, I still won't say that he's better than Gyökeres because I still
That's
think
Brock
Gyökeres-
Lesnar versus Batista right there.
But I will say this though. I will say this. I do understand why Arteta at a time wanted Sesko as a striker as compared to Gyökeres, or like when it was Sesko and
Is
Gyökeres.
Sesko a better footballer, Sheik? Honestly,
No, I think Gyökeres is a more. I think Gyökeres is a better goal scorer, and the amount of goals that he scored.
Question. Oh, you're escaping the question. I
How
said
am I
better
escaping the
footballer.
question?
Why
Don't
do
play
people
games.
dodge questions, bro? Like,
Don't play games, Sheik. You're
How
better
am I-
than
Go on, ask the question again.
better
What is it?
footballer. Better footballer.
Yes, I think he's a better footballer. Yeah,
Who?
Gyökeres
You think Joker is better footballer than Sesko?
than
Like,
Sesko.
like better
I think
first
so.
touch, better turn, better dribbling, better ball carrying.
I
You
think.
think so?
I think, yeah, in terms of striker, both of
Blood,
them,
that's
yes.
crazy.
As a footballer striker, yes, I think Gyökeres is a better striker. Yes,
That's crazy.
No,
I called-
that's not a question.
But who's asking you about goal
Look,
scorer?
Yeah,
no, that's
bro,
not. He answered. He answered.
Why are you
He might change his
bullshitting?
mind.
You guys are trying to
No, hold
make
on, hold
me.
on.
Who's the better
One
goal
second,
scorer?
one second.
Who's the better goal scorer, Haaland or Firmino?
Haaland,
Who's the better footballer?
Firmino, but okay.
There you
Firmino,
go. So you answer the questions that don't play
okay,
games.
what is
No,
the
I would say
Okay,
Haaland.
okay, no, 1 second, 1 second. What is
What?
Firmino though?
Bayliss,
Firmino
I
is a
will
striker.
kick
Put the
Firmino's
fries
a
in the
striker
back.
or
Put the
false
fries.
nine?
Put the fries in the back.
Firmino is a striker or a false 9?
Can you
Someone
not
said
play
Haaland's
Sheik,
better
big difference.
footballer.
I'm
Big
telling you as a
difference.
brother. No, let me tell something, Sheik. Let me tell Sheik, as a brother, you're better than this. I swear.
Bro, okay, listen, I will say this.
We
I'm
acknowledge there is
I'm
a
just
difference
standing
between
on
better
my words
striker
that I
and better
spoke.
footballer. I ask
I'm
you, better
standing on-
footballer. Sesko or Joker is footballer.
I'm standing, and I told you Gyökeres. In my opinion, I think it's Gyökeres.
So you think Joker has a better first touch than Sesko?
I think Gyökeres at the end of the season will have more goals than Benjamin Sesko.
That's not better footballer. That's better goal scorer.
But what matters though in this situation? Better footballer or better goal scorer? Better striker?
The level of
What-
disrespect
If
Benjamin
you're
Sesko.
comparing 2 strikers, you care about who's a better footballer or who's a better striker? Who's scoring more goals?
I'm taking Haaland at my club tomorrow, and he's a shit footballer.
Because
But
he's
who
scoring
do-
good goals.
who do you think
Because
is
he's
gonna have
scoring
a
more
bet-
goals, right?
Hold on,
Because he's
let me ask-
scoring
who do you
more
think
goals,
is gonna
which
have a better
exactly my
season?
point.
Who do you think is gonna have a better
Gyökeres
season?
will score more goals, which
More
is why I
goals.
will
You
take him.
think he's gonna have a better season than
I think Gyökeres will score more goals than Sesko. Yeah, at the end of the season. Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I think he will.
Do you think
I
it's
think
that
he-
because he plays in a better team, or do you think
Yes,
because
I think
he's just a
yes,
better player?
yes. Which is why, like, if you let me
You
continue, he
say yes
plays
to
in a better
everything. Just-
setup. Yes, he plays in a better setup. I think he's playing. Yeah, he plays in a better setup. He's playing in a
Okay.
much better situation than Sesko currently at this moment. Gyökeres has been scoring goals. He has a catalog of goals.
Okay. I have
has a
another
better
question for you. I
eye
have
of
another
goal.
question. I have another.
Mhm.
If we change
Welcome
Eucharist
to
for
question
Cisco,
time with Cheek.
yeah. If we switch Eucharist with Cisco, you think
Yeah.
Cisco at Arsenal has a
Oh,
better season
good
than
question.
Eucharist?
Do I think Sesko at Arsenal
Okay,
gets
if
better than Gyökeres?
Yes, you think?
That is a good question. I think maybe not better, but very similar, which is why I was said originally that I see why Arteta wanted Sesko at one point of time in the transfer window. He was
So the
looking for a
only
player
reason
like him.
why you're saying Eucharist is better because he plays in a better setup, not because you believe he's a better player.
No, I do think he's a better goal scorer as well. But I think again,
Crazy.
the setup,
I agree with Sheik, you know.
the setup for Sesko will help.
I'm gonna
him
put you
out
in the
as
middle
well.
as well
It's
and
not
ask you
like-
questions.
So
Listen.
the setup will help out Gyökeres, but it will not help out Sesko. I think it will help out Sesko too. But I don't think he'll score more. I just told you I don't think he'll score
Actually,
more. I
wallahi,
think it'll be
guys,
similar.
everything went over your head, Elijah and Ledge, when Hussam is saying they are going to the Man United game and they are underdogs. And listen, it's a tough game at Anfield. We must perform well. Wallahi, it went over your
He was
head.
being sarcastic.
Do you want me to
never.
tell you the truth? I think he's worried. For real.
No.
Do you know how I know he's worried? Because it's not only him. We had a show with Arsenal fan and a Chelsea fan. And when I asked him a straight question, are you guys confident Liverpool beat Man United? They all said, they're like, well, not really. We're not that confident. Man United can get a result. And this is when I know that actually it's not about Hussam and Don Hussam himself. It's about now there is a new notion going on around that actually Man United can go to fucking Anfield and win the game.
There's no
That's
notion.
that fucking
I don't know where
great.
this notion is
Look,
coming
I
from.
am telling you, we
Where
had
this
two
notion-
Chelsea fans and an Arsenal fan telling us that there is a possibility, and not small, and not 1% or 5%, that Man United go to Anfield and get a result.
These are the
Fact.
same Chelsea
No,
and
man,
Arsenal
this is
fans.
crazy.
These are the
Wallah
same Chelsea.
al-Azim, guys, it was
These
on the
are
show.
the same Chelsea and Arsenal fans who were shitting on Man United last season, 15 this and that, and now all of a sudden they have the cojones to go to Anfield and get a result because we beat Sunderland. This is the type of stuff that I'm hearing. I get it. Liverpool's run of form in these last 3 games has been terrible. They can be got at. I get it. I understand it. Look at some of the teams that they have played as well. They played Chelsea, which I get. We beat, by the way, when they had a red card in 5 minutes. Sanchez got sent off in 5 minutes, and that's why we beat them. And
So
we
you think
also, by the
Hussam is
way-
running the underdog
I'm
gimmick
being
again?
Fair. No. Yeah, of course he's running the underdog gimmick in this game. Of course, you're telling
Why
me
is he
you
doing
signed
it? They want to release the
because-
pressure of Liverpool. Wallahi, the problem is there is
one
Liverpool
second,
fans that
I'll
follow
tell you.
him,
I'll
bro.
tell you.
They're like kind of.
Mo,
Can
I'll
you
tell
stop
you.
this
Mo,
narrative
I'll
that
tell you.
like
No,
I'm
no, no,
influencing?
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
Wallahi, they
Because-
follow him, bro.
First of all,
Sheikh, Wallahi al-Azim, you know, they come on my chat and they say stuff. I'm like, you guys think I don't watch Don Hussam? He fucking said the same thing 2 hours ago. I know
Mo,
why
I'll
you're
tell you.
repeating it.
Mo, I'll tell you. Look,
That's a lie.
I didn't hear in this summer that Liverpool are signing Isak and Vert and all these different players for them to be underdogs in a game at Anfield against a team that finished 15th place last season.
Ask the guy who have the Liverpool fan. Why you're talking to me?
I asked him. That was my first question: is why the title is "We Are Back"? Because I knew that there was going to be this conversation of I am low key scared for this game. I understand that you are critical of your team currently at this moment because you are 3 games on the bounce, and we currently have won our last game. Cool, but don't all of a sudden forget all of the things that you were saying about your team, your squad, Isak, all these players, all of that, and also. With this run of form, I think this is the most perfect game for these players to have a statement to make or a response to all the criticism that has been going around Liverpool and all the negativity that has been going around Liverpool. And that's why I think this game for us it's always going to be a tough game. Always. And I will also say this.
Shying away the pressure, you know.
I'm not shying away from the pressure. I understand this game. This game is a big game. I know we will turn up. I know you will turn up too. But it's like don't like forget all these other things that we were, discussing around my club and also around your club as well. Is that we fold. I know my club, we fold in the second half. You keep the game a certain way. Look at how Arsenal played against us. All they had to do was get a goal and just sit back and defend, and we didn't have enough quality to even score one. You don't think you could do that at Anfield? And I understand that in the past, I think the past 2 trips we've been unbeaten at Anfield. Since the 7-0, I think we've been unbeaten at Anfield. We haven't lost. But currently, right now, in this situation, I think let's just be completely honest, I think this is the perfect game for these Liverpool players to answer their critics, to turn up. I think it'll be a good game for us too, for Ruben Amorim as well, to kind of, buy him a lot more time at United if he does get a result. But right now, I just think in terms of who you currently have, I think Salah, let's not forget about Salah in this game. You talk about Salah in the past, you would show up pictures every time United will play against Salah. You would show up that picture where he's at Old Trafford tunnel, this and that. Don't all of a sudden forget about Salah. And I get how he's been playing in the past couple of games and how he was against Chelsea. But this is the game that Salah turns up every single time. So let's not all just forget about all these type of things. We're gonna go there and we're gonna try to bring you down to our level of how we play, and we're gonna try to get a draw. And that's at most, I think, what will happen. That's, I think, at most what will happen. I think Isak and Wirtz can. I will tell you this. I think Isak and Wirtz, either of them will get their first goal in that game. Either of them. I'll tell you that.
Bailage, are you going to be supporting your biggest rivals?
I'm not supporting them. I'm just telling you what I think will happen.
No. Am I going to be supporting?
Let's go.
United? I don't look for me.
Look at him.
Obviously,
so shameful.
Anything. I need a draw. All right. As far as I'm
how the fuck do you need a draw? Why do you fucking give a fuck if Man United win? What the fuck is this, man? What is this?
No. Look.
Who gives a fuck if Man United win?
I'll answer your question, Mo. Look, I said at the start of the season, yeah, if Amorim is at United, they're getting relegated. They're going to be struggling for another 15th, in my personal opinion, if Amorim remains after December. So, hearing Sheikh say, "Oh, he was Amorim in," was a little funny to me, because as far as I'm concerned, Amorim is going to drive Man United down into the mud.
He is.
I don't see anything positive happening. Sorry.
I want him gone, and he is currently everything is still a problem. This is which is why I'm so against the whole thing of we are back, and the whole underdog gimmick. Since when are Premier League champions going up against? Let's just speak facts here. Premier League champions going up against a 15th place side. The 15th place side is the favorite.
You ain't 15th anymore. But
at the start of the season we were. Currently from what the Premier League last.
You are 1 point behind world champions.
We were. Okay, even currently now, where are you in the table and where are we? And how are we so favorites going into this
We're
game?
second.
How are you underdog?
We're underperforming.
So you're second going up against
You're
overperforming.
You're
or 9th. So how are you still underdogs going into this game? You're Premier League champion.
You are improving.
You
were
told me you were telling me all summer though you're 20-time Premier League champions, and all of a sudden you're underdogs going up against us.
We are the true underdog in this game. This is going to be a very difficult game.
It's crazy.
Look, in my opinion, obviously, I think Liverpool win it. In my personal opinion, I don't see.
How are you fucking discussing the possibility of Man United winning?
Nah. Look,
that's what I'm saying.
No, man. I don't see United winning. Come on, man. It's just not happening. It's just not gonna happen.
I'm also speaking on this whole. For how long are we going to hear this underdog gimmick from Liverpool? You're Premier League champions. You've signed 2 world-class players this season. But every single game, every single big game you're gonna go into, you're gonna be the underdog. Is that just how it's going to be?
I'm not having no underdog play from Liverpool this season. None.
No. Arsenal must. You have a better squad. You have a better team.
No, man. It's always Arsenal must. What do you mean? It's always Arsenal must.
Listen to me.
Where's Liverpool must?
Listen to me. Liverpool won. Why Liverpool? They fucking won the league. They just won the league.
What do you mean? They broke the transfer record twice in one window. They have to. They need to. It's by force.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you have a better squad than Liverpool?
Why would we?
What?
They're champions, and they.
I'm
literally
asking
just-
you.
No,
so
we
you
don't.
know, so
No, we
you
do
don't.
not.
So you
We
believe
do
Liverpool's squad is better than Arsenal?
Of course, it's better than us.
Do you
I'm
believe
so
Arne?
confused.
Do you believe Arne Slot? Hold on, guys. Do you believe Arne Slot is better than Arteta?
Yes.
So yeah. So if Arteta doesn't win the league, it shouldn't be Arteta out because he's overachieving with a squad that you don't think is better than the champions.
No. You can't put it. You can't frame it that way. When you frame it that way,
I just did.
when you frame it that way, it looks a little shady.
I just did.
You know,
You
you
asked
know,
the right
Baylor, I
question.
just want to say
Pinpoint.
something. I scouted you and
Straight
you're
a
letting me down
dagger to
because
the
you,
heart.
you're
know?
letting
I
Mo
just
press
did.
you for the third time.
Straight.
I just
No,
did.
No
no.
warning.
Third
It's
time
just
you're getting
straight
big impact.
dagger to the heart with his questions, man. I love it. I
He's
love
done
it.
it again. That
Mo's elite.
footy judge
Elite
Mo.
Mo,
That
man.
you little bastard. He's done it again.
It's just like straight maths, you know. So this equals to this, so you think this will not happen, you know?
Yeah.
Even the ones
just-
that hate Mo in the chat are saying 1-0 Mo. You're drowning.
Bro,
bro.
Fair
it's
enough.
too easy,
Nah, man,
bro.
it's not 1-0 more. There's no way. Look,
Fair enough. I respect it.
Can I ask Baylaj the real question? Why did
Go
you
on,
say
go
you
on.
want a draw? Why do you care about United? Honestly.
why do I care about United?
Look.
I'm not gonna lie. I just need United. Look, Arsenal have been in the mud for 22 years now. United are in the mud for 12 years. Right? You
Yeah.
were in the mud. Liverpool were in the mud for 30 years before you won a
Here we go.
trophy. So look. That's what it is. That's what it is, and it's a fact. The numbers are what they are. So I need United to keep on going as long as possible. I'm sorry. Arsenal have been the banter club for the last 15 years, right? 15, 20 years, however long you want to date it. But we've been there. So our time is coming near to an end. As far as I'm concerned. We are going to win a trophy soon. It's inevitable. I don't care what anyone says. If you don't think Arteta is the man, if you think
You know the problem with this logic is that Man United kept saying this every year. You know, when United kept saying that we'll be back. I'm not saying win a trophy because they won the cup and they won Europa League under Mourinho, but they kept saying we're gonna be back, challenging where we belong. You know, that notion doesn't work. Like, it's not about our time will come because we have done our time. That is not jail, and you just don't go out. It's not a sentence. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You have to work for it. It's not like there's nothing guaranteed. There is nothing guaranteed because you are close to the top. You will win, for example.
100%. It's not like when people say, "Oh, our time will come," and it's not just like superstition or whatever. Like, you have to work for it, and it's not like overnight something.
But actually, to be honest with you guys,
gradually
I think this season, currently now, with the way Liverpool work now, with the way Liverpool are doing now, I genuinely think Arsenal have a massive opportunity here to actually make things happen for themselves. And this is the reality now. Forget the jokes.
Yeah,
now is the time. If it doesn't happen now, it will be tough because
now is the time.
Oh no, man! No! I can't listen to that dialogue anymore.
No. Now is the time. Now is
the time. Now.
You can't say now is the time and it will be tough. I've heard that for the last 5 years.
And you haven't fucking won it.
No. Okay, but this is the reason why we say now is the time. Because later on, when you're chasing, you've not shown that you've been able to catch up to teams. Also, there's been times where you've had a gradual, like a large lead, and teams have still caught up to you. But most times when you are chasing,
and for the people that say, "Well, I've heard this before,"
right now, Liverpool, like who knows? Like, look, they will probably start to get things together. Who knows when they start getting things together? They will, though.
No. I'm not talking. No. I'm not talking about now. Hold on. I'm not talking about now. Guys, I'm talking about the season overall. Guys, hold on. I'm talking about this season. I'm not talking about today. Things can change. I'm talking about this season. I genuinely think because you have a fantastic squad currently.
No, I understand. Okay, if you ask me, right?
Oh my God, what is
everyone's hell bent on this? Oh, it's gonna be us. I mean, it's Arsenal's time to win it now, and if we don't win it, we're never gonna get the chance again. I've heard that for the last 2 or 3 seasons, even before we started competing, right? It was, Arteta will never get the chance to get into the top 4 again when he finished 5th. Like, all this, it will never happen again. Other teams are going to get better. I'm so confused. Why can't Arsenal get better? Look, we've consistently stayed second for the last 3 seasons. And the first 2 seasons that we competed, no one expected us to compete. So, like, all this notion that everyone's worried about everyone else, I couldn't care less about what everyone else is doing. What I can see from my club right now is that Arsenal are actually making the right.
Yeah, great. Here you go. Let me put Elijah, okay? Relate it to Chelsea now, Elijah. Now, you don't think that Chelsea are in a title race this season? You don't think so? You think they should, but they're not. I heard you in the Football Terrace say that.
Well, I mean, what I will say, Mo, is that I probably will say that Chelsea are in the title race until we're not. But the only way I can see Chelsea being that conversation is consistently. That's the only way, because.
But you believe that next season you should be stronger in a title race, challenging.
Of course.
That is the point.
Yeah, of course. Like this season, I expected Chelsea to like close the gap on City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. But because of this, the players that we brought in, I was really disappointed, because I feel like Chelsea should have focused more on getting a centre back and a goalkeeper, because that is when I'll defend Enzo Moisés on this one. Because I watched the press conference in the Crystal Palace game, and he clearly said he wanted a centre back, and they didn't back him. And now, earlier today, Mo, I saw a tweet that says Chelsea are in January will still not sign a centre back and a goalkeeper, which for me is just ridiculous, because Robert Sanchez can have a good game, but he's still really awful. You know, you look at the centre back situation. Currently, right now, we've already got no centre back, because people can say Hato, but we bought him to be a backup for Kukureya, and Reece James can do well in a centre back, like we saw in the Liverpool game, but he's more as a right back. So clearly, we have no centre backs now. What I'm hoping for is that after the international break, that Wesley Fofana might be available. Hopefully, Badishu and Josh Archimpong, because. Let me tell you something. Badishu and Josh Archimpong was really good in the game against Liverpool. You know, kept Alexander Isak quiet. They kept, Mo Salah quiet in this game. Cody Gakpo, yes, he scored a goal, but he was awful. But listen, what I will say is that we can do it, but the question is, can we do this consistently? Like, can Enzo Maresca, do what he did against Liverpool? Because in the Man United game, we were down to 10 men early, and they decided to take off 2 attackers and brought on a midfielder. And the same goes for the Brighton game. But in the Liverpool game, he decided to go for it. He took off 3 attackers and brought on 3, the likes of Jamie Gittins, SFL, and Mark Guru. All 3 of them came on and looked decent. So I think for me, Chelsea needs to do this consistently, because that's the only problem. I'm looking at the next 5 games, Mo. We got Forest away. We got Sunderland at home. I believe we got Tottenham away, Wolves at home, and Burnley away. These are the 5 games that I expect Chelsea to win. But I have a bit of a doubt, because, like you said, Mo, at the beginning of the season, you predicted Chelsea to, have 5 wins in a row before the Liverpool game. And that's what I expected as well. But the problem is the Crystal Palace game, we dropped points. They were unbeaten, but we were at home. The Brentford game, we dropped points, which we should have won, because there was no Thomas Frank. There was no, in Brentwood, there is no Whistle in this game, and we dropped points. The Man United game, the first half was absolutely horrendous. The Brighton game, especially the red card, everything has changed. So for me, next 5 games, I want to see Chelsea not make stupid mistakes, because that's what causes us to concede lots of goals and get ourselves a red card. I need to see players stepping up, the likes of Enzo Fernandez. Can he do the same performance as he did against Liverpool? Can, the likes of Garnacho, do the same thing? I think SFL needs to start, because this guy at 80 years old is a special kid. I wouldn't say he's the best at the moment, because he hasn't played a lot of games, but I can see the superstar in him. So I think for me, if you ask me, can Chelsea challenge? I would say probably, but the only way I can say yes, we can. We need to build on this, because I hope that the Liverpool game will give Chelsea players more confidence going into the next few games. Because if you remember last year, we had the bad start, but then in November, up until the Everton game, we went on a winning form, and that's when everyone took Chelsea seriously. But this season, if we want to be taken seriously, then we need to win many games in a row. Because if we, let's say we drop points against Nottingham Forest, then what's the point of beating Liverpool if he cannot beat Forest away under Ange? So that's my thoughts on Chelsea so far this season.
Let me do. Yeah, but listen, the problem with Chelsea, it's gonna get spooky if you don't win.
Mo, is
We're
there
gonna.
any time addressing me so I can go start my stream?
I don't know. There's not a
No,
lot of them. There's not a lot of them.
خلص I'll go start. Big up Baylage, big up Elijah, big up Sheik. Make sure you guys subscribe to Sheik TV, Baylage, and Elijah as well. Go subscribe to all these guys' channels, up and coming content creators. Sheik is a celebrity in Sacramento, but people don't know that. You get me? Baylage is celebrity in London, people don't know that. And so is Elijah. You get me? So they're all celebrities, but go subscribe to their channels. You get me? Love to all of them. I'm go start my stream.
Let me do the super chat because some of them addressing actually Baylage, addressing Elijah, addressing Sheik actually. So let me do them.
Baylage is the biggest gaslighter ever, by the way. Just so everyone knows.
I actually just realized this, bro. I just fucking
He's a
realized.
legendary gaslighter. See you guys later.
Some leave.
Just, a little trolling helps.
Let me just do these guys because I don't know. What happened? There is a super chat that is gone. I'm gonna get it back. Okay. Rice is the better 6. Okay, we did that one. Fonzie. I know Z. I'm gonna go and get your super chat. It got unstalled. As of supporter of people, most support United. I can promise United are back. Now it's their time. Lemons was the missing piece. Lemons. The goalkeeper, guys. Lemons. Big up Fonzie. You're muted, my friend. You're muted.
My bad. I was gonna say when life gives you lament. Is that what it is?
Bro, I've heard this. Man United are
Yeah.
back. You're back. You're back. You're back. It's fucking.
United are in, man. United are in. I
That's
think
crazy. That's crazy.
nothing. I don't think anything positive happens with United over the next couple months.
What do you mean? Nothing happens with United? You don't think anything is going to happen with them?
I can say
Until
that
Amorim goes.
Yeah, until we sack the manager.
Until Amorim goes, look, and even then, we have to wait and see who they bring in. But I don't look. My thing is finishing 15th and consistently. If you look at the performance this season, that's enough to show you that whatever this guy is doing is not working. I don't know what.
I hear. Z, I saw your comment, my guy Mo. 100%, 100 ball knowledge. We have the same text. Big up Z. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. More like December. By December, Arsenal versus Chelsea, guys. This is where I know the midfield battle is going to be settled. This is what I know. This is it.
Yeah.
Stamford Bridge. I know that the goalpost will move for some people. Of
course.
Yeah, you know that. If Arsenal lose at Stamford Bridge, if Chelsea lose, we had Champions League. This guy was like, Enzo Maresca was in crutches. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like something. You know what I mean? Something would be like, oh my God, they had blindfold. They ate bad. The pasta was shit in the morning. Like, things are going to happen. If United beats Liverpool, I will shave my beard. I need a picture of this Papa beard. Number one, you have to send me a picture now on Twitter, and then I need a picture. If United beat Liverpool, you'll have to shave your beard. You'll have to. Cisco is better. He is shown more this season than Eucharist. His first touch is better. His hold-up play is better. And he's not overweight.
He's not overweight. Okay.
Wow.
Kenny.
One parameter to compare the two players. Okay.
Honestly, Kenny, I don't know about that one, but yeah, man, that's funny.
Fair enough. If that's your opinion, fair enough. Big up for the super chat.
Kenny, I haven't seen enough, to be honest, from both yet. Man United leopard in the 3 at Anfield. Man United are not only leopard in the 3. Man United are fucking the kitty cat in the cage. Bro, any guy that fucking say Man United are even going to get anything, you're just shooting in the dark, hoping it lands, and you say, I have a lead ball. I'm saying it now, guys. Anyone, right? Anyone that says that Man United are going to get something at Liverpool are really trying to shoot in the dark, hoping that it lands, and they come on shows and say, I told you so.
Yeah.
There is no logic behind Man United
Seriously.
getting anything. There's
Thank
no
you,
logic.
Mo. Thank you.
So anybody that
Mm.
says otherwise, they're disingenuous, bro. I know these things, bro. When people say, oh my God, I told you so. I told you. You told me shit. They're like, you told me fucking Bitcoin tomorrow is going to be $1 million. And then you just shooting in the dark, bro. Anyway. Remember rivals banter Arsenal, no back-to-back Premier League? Yeah, man. But listen, it's not. I don't think I've seen Arsenal win back-to-back Premier League. And also, I haven't seen Liverpool win back-to-back Premier League either.
Arsenal, no back-to-back Premier League.
I don't know if you did it you didn't do it in the 90s, you didn't do it in 2000, you didn't do it in 2010s, you didn't do it in the 2020s. So over the last 4 decades, you have not done it. So I'm not like 60 years old to know that if you've fucking done it in the 50s or the 20s. I don't know that. To Arsenal fan on the panel, this is, to me, the best squad. We cannot win why can't we win the Premier League?
So AFC on the panel. This is to me on the squad.
The best squad. Arsenal have the best squad.
The EPL. I think we can win the EPL. I think we can win the EPL without having the best squad. Liverpool have the better squad simply because they are champions, number one. And on top of them being champions, they invested way more than Arsenal did with breaking the transfer record twice in one window with top players like they did. So I'm not sure how we could actually be a better team than the reigning champions who recruited the best striker and one of the best midfielders in Europe. Just makes no sense to me. It's just a very logical.
So Sheik, the video I sent you, Mo, it's funny as fuck. I'm gonna play the video before we end the show. My guy Mo, we did that one. This is the video before we end the show.
We had a historic defeat last year. It's going to take time to come back from that. But what I am doing is making sure people will understand what conservatism is again.
But if this was like football, Mrs. Badenoch, you need to look across to Old Trafford of the manager of Manchester United, Ruben Amorim, who keeps saying, give me time, and keeps losing matches. You're losing councillors, you're losing support, you're losing members, and you want more time. You are the Ruben Amorim of politics, Mrs. Badenoch.
Well, that is certainly not the case. What we are doing is shedding a lot of the baggage of the last 14 years. I remember last year we had people defecting to Labour because Labour was doing well in the polls. Now we have people defecting to Reform because the Reform is doing well in the polls. We need people who are in our party for the right reasons.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, that is funny. That is pretty funny.
That is gold. Absolute
that
gold.
is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Back on, man.
Big up everybody that is here. We'll see you guys later. This is gonna take you to Hussam, Liverpool show, underdog shit, and leopard in the tree stuff, guys. Leopard in the tree, guys. Underdog in Husam's chat, guys. Underdog, all of you guys. Leopard in the tree, underdog. Let's go.
Well, he's lying.